In the spring of 1878, a quiet farming community in northern Utah welcomed a new family. They called themselves the Fairmonts. They were wealthy, polite, and kept mostly to themselves. At first, no one thought much about them. They attended church, bought a large piece of land, and built a beautiful farmhouse surrounded by tall trees. But within a few years, strange rumors began spreading across the valley. The Fairmont family never seemed to change. Their children looked exactly like old family portraits hanging inside the house. Visitors who entered the home noticed something unsettling. Every painting on the walls showed faces that looked identical to the living members of the family. Generation after generation, the same eyes, the same jawline, even the same expressions. People dismissed it as coincidence. Until the deaths began. When the oldest Fairmont, Samuel, passed away at the age of 73, the town gathered for his funeral. But only weeks later, several residents claimed they had seen Samuel walking near the family's property late at night. The sightings continued. At first, everyone assumed grief had clouded people's minds. Then another discovery shocked the town. County records revealed that a man named Samuel Fairmont had owned the same land almost 50 years earlier, with the exact same birth date listed on newer documents. It made no sense. Had there been two men with the same name? Or had someone altered the records? Curiosity slowly turned into fear. In 1903, a traveling doctor named Edward Collins stayed in the town while treating influenza patients. He became fascinated by the Fairmont family after noticing that none of them ever seemed seriously ill. When he requested permission to perform routine medical examinations, the family surprisingly agreed. What he found disturbed him. Every family member shared nearly identical physical characteristics. Their blood appeared unusually compatible with one another, and certain inherited traits that normally changed between generations remained exactly the same. Dr. Collins wrote in his journal, "It is as though nature has refused to introduce variation into this family." Before he could continue his research, he suddenly left town. His journal ended with one unfinished sentence. "They know I have seen." Nothing followed. The remaining pages were blank. Years passed. The Fairmonts became even more isolated. They rarely attended community events and stopped allowing visitors inside their home. Children whispered stories that strange lights floated above the property at night. Hunters avoided the nearby forest after hearing voices echoing between the trees. Then came the fire. In 1931, lightning struck part of the farmhouse during a violent storm. Neighbors rushed to help. Instead of finding terrified family members escaping the flames, they discovered something unexpected. The Fairmonts calmly carried large wooden boxes from the basement before trying to save anything else. Once the fire was extinguished, investigators entered the damaged cellar. Most of the basement had collapsed. But hidden beneath broken beams was a locked stone room. Inside were shelves filled with glass jars, handwritten family records, and dozens of carefully preserved photographs dating back nearly 100 years. The unsettling part wasn't their age. It was the faces. Every photograph appeared to show the same four people. Only the clothing changed. Authorities questioned the family. They insisted every picture represented different generations. No one believed them. Scientists from Salt Lake City later examined several photographs but could not explain why facial structures matched with such extraordinary precision. Some suspected advanced photo manipulation. Except these images existed decades before such technology. The mystery deepened again in the 1950s when a university research team attempted to study the family's genealogy. The Fairmonts refused every request. Weeks later, the lead researcher reported that nearly every official birth certificate connected to the family had disappeared from county archives. No signs of theft. No record of removal. They were simply gone. Only newspaper clippings remained. Even today, historians debate what truly happened. Some believe the Fairmonts suffered from an extremely rare inherited genetic condition that preserved identical facial features across generations. Others argue the family secretly practiced marriages within a very limited bloodline, producing unusually similar descendants. And then there are those who believe something much darker. According to local legend, the Fairmont family made a pact long before arriving in Utah. A bargain that allowed their bloodline to continue almost unchanged. The price. No outsider could ever learn the truth. Modern investigators searching for the original farmhouse found only broken stone foundations hidden beneath thick forest. The family cemetery remains sealed behind rusted iron gates. Many gravestones bear identical names repeated every few decades. Samuel, Elizabeth, Thomas, Mary. Again and again. No explanation. No surviving records. Only questions. Perhaps the Fairmont family's secret was nothing more than an unusual genetic coincidence exaggerated by frightened neighbors. Or perhaps history quietly buried something too disturbing to understand. Whatever the truth may be, one mystery remains. Why did every generation leave behind faces that looked exactly the same? And if the Fairmont bloodline truly ended, who still maintains the abandoned cemetery today? Some locals claim that on quiet autumn evenings, fresh flowers appear on graves that no one has visited for decades. No footprints. No witnesses. Only the silent reminder that some family secrets are never meant to disappear. The Fairmont mystery remains unsolved.